one thing that I really like, and so as you said, like I try to build everything myself.
Yeah.
And I maybe this is a mistake. I think this might be a mistake. I'm just passionate about coding and like seeing everything work and automate that and not pay a dime. I want like really hardcore bootstrapper. But I think that's a mistake. And I like your approach where you just try out things. I remember when you tried out the indie offices, that little tool
Right.
that I created.
Like you did the join the Slack to get me to use it thing, I think, because when you joined,
No, not that. I was there before. You invited me to join.
you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But
they were
then,
like, "Oh, I'm working on indie offices." I'm like, "Well, you're on Slack.
Yeah.
Let's try it."
but it was not for at least the first time I
you joined with noble intentions.
yeah, not the
Yeah.
intention. But then I thought, okay, if there's someone that might
Which
be
is the right way to do it.
Yeah, it would be Anthony.
So are you still working on that, or
No, I put it on the side for now. It was extremely hard to get people to use it,
so
even though
what,
I think
what
it's
was
a
the
great idea.
concept for the unfamiliar? It's like
Yeah,
virtual offices.
So the idea is that people are working their projects and they are alone in their room or their home office, whatever. So you could just join a virtual room, like a Slack, not Slack, like a Zoom room or something, where you can see others work. And we had like a Pomodoro timer, and we had like a shared Pomodoro, so we could say like, okay, let's work for 30 minutes and then have a break and then work again. And it worked. I've done some really nice, interesting work sessions with some of the members, but it's extremely hard to get some engagement. And it was the same when you tried.
That's kind of what Ramen Club does, right? With this like work sessions, like virtual work
Yeah,
sessions. But I think they're more like events, where it's like this is only Saturday.
Yeah.
You know.
They have a host as well. So they have a host that is a moderator.
Yeah.
That will like plan everything and then organize and for me being only one person is extremely hard. But I like this approach of okay, let's pay someone or let's pay for software and try it out, see if it works. I don't have to spend hours trying to code it.
Yeah, you don't have to do everything yourself. There's so many tools out there.
Yeah.
The downside of that is then you end up using like 1,000 tools. Like we use so many different stuff that it's actually become kind of like tech debt, where it's like the coordination of all these things gets more complex as we add new tools. And so kind of reining that in a little bit, trying to centralize things is like a challenge that comes with that. So now I am building maybe some software in order to just have like some single source of truth, at least for who is a member even. Like, if you ask me how many members are there in Indie Worldwide, I'm like, well, how do you want to count them? Like, it's hard to actually even know exactly how many people are in the community because there's so many different, because, we're using the events platform, the introduction platform, the chat platform.
But they all integrate with Slack or no?
Not really. Yeah, they don't.
So everyone has to go and like sign up in each platform.
Yeah.
Okay,
So then people are all over. Some people are in one and not the other.
Yeah. I wonder why don't they make it to integrate with Slack?
Well, there's a lot of community tools that are kind of integrated in Slack, but it's just kind of a mess. There's so many different softwares. And the ones that are like super integrated also sometimes come with a lot of lock-in, where it's like you have to do everything on the platform if you use the platform at all. It's like, well, I already have a lot of systems that work that aren't part of whatever your platform is, and I want to keep using them.
Yeah, interesting. I never thought of that downside. Yeah, I integrate mostly everything with Slack because they have a very good API. So you can do all of this stuff. But so I have that bot. The other one, we also have our own matching. It's not as advanced as yours, I would say, but you join a channel and then there's this bot I didn't create. It's called Random Coffees, and then it matches two people together every week. And one thing that I created that I really like is a way so that people so that you are sure that people in that group are active, because sometimes people just lurk or just stop using Slack, but they're still in that group. They still get matched. And then it sucks because the other person wants to schedule coffee and gets no response. So I created another bot I called it Activity Bot. That if after 15 days, if after 7 days actually, if you have no activity, the bot will send you a message saying, hey, you better be active, otherwise I'll kick you out.
Have you found any way to automate kicking out though?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Because like I looked at the Slack and it's like, oh, you have to be enterprise grid level to use this.
You just use the API.
You got to show me how to do this because like every time I like look in the Slack API, I like can't figure it out.
You can use it. I was even today working on that. So yeah, now the bot basically after 15 days, if you don't like send a message or a reaction,
Yeah.
it can be just a reaction, just like a little coffee or something. It will kick you out.
'Cause I want to bulk remove everyone who's like never accepted an invite and like anyone who's like inactive
Yeah.
for like too long or
Yeah, you can do that.
yeah.
No problem.
Okay. I want to tighten it up a bit because I feel like you join the Slack right now, you see like, oh, there's 4,000 people in here.
Yeah.
Like this isn't too public. Like I don't want to share private details. I don't want to be myself here. I want to perform.
Yeah, true, good point.
And I want to make it feel a bit more intimate.
Yeah.
That
Well, I
everybody
have a bot
that's
for
there
you
is
if you want to test it.
yeah.
But yeah, I can share that. It's a really good way.